The Bloody Rose nail design is a classic Greg Salo special. This was featured on a Nails magazine cover a few years back and has remained a very popular nail design. Greg's gonna take you through the steps of exactly how to achieve his look right now on Nail School. Famous Bloody Rose, Greg Salo. How do you do this?
I'm dying laughing. The Bloody Rose design is a classic and it has been done for many, many years. I'm gonna take you guys step by step to show you guys how to sculpt it out, how to lay down your flower, how to use liquid art to create that effect just in time for Halloween. Watch how it's done. What we're going to do first is we're going to place a form on her finger, flush to the natural nail. This is going to give us an opportunity to build out a nice, tight, black free edge. What I'm gonna do is take Slick Pour Epic Black, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up a pearl, just like this, and I'm going to drain it onto my towel before I apply it tight to the free edge. What this is going to do is prevent it from running all over the place. You're going to notice it's going to stay stable, and it's going to allow me to sculpt it out to the length of desire. And then I could use the body of the brush just to move it right up into place. If you get a little bit of black on the body, it's not a big deal because we're going to end up applying black to the surface. What I'm going to do is take a really small amount of Epic Black and we're going to apply it really thin to the surface of the nail. See the intensity, it's going to allow me to get really great coverage. I'm going to brush this on to try to get as close to the cuticle as well as through the body of the nail. If there are areas that are sheer, we're going to use a really, really wet amount. As you guys can see, just dab it into place so that we get great coverage. Okay. Just going to give this a couple minutes and then I'm going to pinch it into shape before we put our flowers in. I'm just going to use the magic wand to come in and pinch it so that we get a nice C curve. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I'm going to lay the flower down through this area right here. I'm going to use Speed White. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up small pearls and I'm going to start creating the floral background. One of the things I do is I take the inside of the brush and I make sure that I push from the inside out to create enough thickness. Do the same thing down here. We're going to lay down the pearl. We're going to lightly drag it out and around. Then I'm going to use the inside of my brush. I'm going to use the tip of the brush to come on the inside of the pearl, and I'm going to use that to push it out. I have enough room to lay down one more petal on the outside. Again, I'm going to start from the inside, and all I'm going to do, as you can see, is work the brush with the tip on the inside and keeping a majority of the thickness to the outside of the flower. I'm going to get a smaller pearl to lay on the inside. And again, what I want to be able to do is use the tip of the brush to come from the inside of the bead and start working out towards some of that negative space. I'm going to use the inside of my brush, and as you can see, I'm pushing out to keep the thickness, right, inside that negative space. I'm going to get one more small pearl. What we're going to do is we're going to lay that on the inside. Then I'm going to use the tip of my brush to stab the inside closest to this petal, and then just slowly start working it out so that we create a little bit of dimension. Just like that. Now you can see from the side, right? It has the perfect thickness for me to overlay it with the liquid art. So I have a small glass dish with monomer filled about halfway. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take liquid art and we're going to enrich the monomer so it makes it really red. Going to get myself a syringe full, just like this. And as you can see, as I add drops to it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's getting darker at 6. Let's go 7, 8, 9. We'll go 10 drops. 11, 12, 13, 14, about 15 drops. You can see how intense it is. We can even take it up a little bit higher. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, just to ensure we have the intensity we want. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use Speed Clear. And I'm using a separate brush to overlay the surface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to submerge my brush. And you're going to notice that it's going to change it really intense red. When I set it to the cuticle area and start working it around, as soon as I start to brush it over the surface, you're going to notice that it's going to change the floral pattern bloody. One more pearl. What we're going to do is we're going to set it down over the floral pattern, and I'm going to use the body of my brush to work it over and cap it to create the bloody rose effect. We're going to allow this to dry, file it into shape. You guys will see what it looks like when it's done. All right, file finished and some stain resistant top coat. You can see some of the white edge that popped through the surface, but the best part about this is how bloody this flower actually is. Liquid art is the perfect ingredient to add to your monomer if you want to create that really intense, transparent red look. This is going to set your client's nails on fire. Perfect for Halloween.